that is going on, which is sale on the internet. About a year and a half ago, we got an intelligence about an anti-cancer drug that is falsified, that is on the internet, being sold on the internet. We use a lot of intelligence in NAFDAC. We follow them to the southern part of the country, and we apprehended. Again, like what registrar was saying, you see the front end, you don't know what is in the back end. And the fact that there must be pharmacists to sell, which is part of PCN's mandate, that pharmacist was handed over to PCN. For discipline. We have our own appointment, promotion, disciplinary committee of our council. PCN has something similar. Because that pharmacist either debarred or suspended or whatever, because they cannot use internet to be endangering the lives of our people. It is a progressive thing and it's global. It is kind of invisible. But like the registrar said, we have intelligence that will shut them down. There is a training that is going to happen, I think September, on chemometrics. And part of it is trying to train our staff to the new technology that can track and trace these internet sales. So that is about that in terms of internet, social media. You asked a question about GMO. I was at Channels, I believe, last week or so. Many years ago, before I came back to Nigeria, we were in Florida. And we saw tomatoes being cultivated in plants, your plant buckets or whatever, that can grow faster. Not all GMOs are bad. Some are genetically modified to produce more. Some are genetically modified to resist insects, whatever, spoilage. 70 to 80% of our raw produce in Nigeria gets spoiled because we don't have good storage condition. However, that doesn't mean we close our eyes to GMO, because in science you have boundaries. The National Biosafety Agency, Management Agency, which we collaborate with, is in charge of making sure that any food that has GMO or that is developed or produced by GMO technology, they will certify. Without that, we cannot approve. And it has to be on the label. It's not like, those days, they will just put one generic name or word to make sure people don't understand what is going on. Now you have to put it genetically modified X product. We have the labeling. We just got that approved, regulation in 2022. We have post-marketing surveillance. But the collaboration between NAFDAC and the Biosafety Management Agency should assure us that we have two agencies working on one product. It's not all products that are genetically modified. If you go to advanced countries, you will see organic, meaning there was nothing in that soil, whatever. About 80% of others are not organic. They are safe so long as the agency that is supposed to make sure of that safety is doing well. and they work collaboratively with us. I was talking with somebody this morning. Medicine. If this is a theater, a surgical room, a surgery can take place here, and what it will be done through telemedicine from New York, Chicago, or wherever. There are advances in science. But if that advance is not within the confines of what is good for the public, then there's a problem. People have said that the ginger in Nigeria is not yielding the same. I'm not an agric person. I want to see data. Why is our ginger that used to be the best, they said it's no longer the best within 2 years? Scientifically, it's difficult for me to understand that. It will take maybe a decade, because the soil just doesn't wake up one day and say, I'm not going to support this, unless something was rained down on that soil to destroy it completely. So it is all about, and we can Google it also. There is nothing that's about GMO that you cannot find on Google. But for us, we make sure that foods that our people take are foods that will help, that will make them well, that will not cause any adverse effect or do anything to their genetic disposition. I hope I answered that question. Incomplete accounting. Incomplete accounting. In terms of our enforcement in the 3 markets. I have my director of finance, DD in charge of finance here. We have everything. Under my watch, you have to document it. If there is mago there, that's whoever is responsible will be disciplined. However, you mentioned a number, I couldn't take that down. It cost us about 1.3 or 5 billion for this enforcement. 1,350 forces were provided, and we paid their daily stipend for about 2.5 months. We paid for the fueling of the vehicles. Very little left. Very little left. But for NAFDAC, when I say 200 million, about 200 million left, that's nothing for us, because we have 36 states. And we have 4 locations in Lagos. Isolo, Oshodi, Akpakpa, and Yaba. And then we have here. So what may look big, because what is left is about 200 million or so. And we are continuing. It's not a one-off. Everybody should know that. So it's not like, oh, why can't we share this money or spend this money whichever way? No. Because it's a continuous process. I hope I also answered that question. Thank you so much for listening. This exchange is what we need on and off, and we will continue to have them. Thank you so much.